Alright, so apparently Google Play Store now has Honkai Impact 3. If you type this up, this is technically the global version of Honkai Impact 3. However, I do want to point something out. If you go to QApp, you will... Shh, be quiet, you. Even though you're my advisor, I didn't need you to talk. But funny story is, if you type in the company's name in QApp, you'll see there are 4 other versions of Honkai Impact 3. Global is the official one that you see in Google Play Store, but also know there's another version of Honkai Impact 3 that's in English that is far ahead of Global that I'm playing on. And also know that if you really want to play on the advanced versions of Honkai Impact 3, there's a Korean, Japanese, and a Taiwan? I'm guessing TW means Taiwan, but I'm very ignorant, so if you guys want to correct me, so be it. But yeah, Honkai Impact 3 is like kind of up there now because it's officially in global now. Alright, hi there YouTube, it's me, Morphsuit America, and in this video, I'll be talking about Honkai Impact 3 because it's getting a lot of publicity now. As you can see, a lot of people are talking about it, doing reviews about it, and all this good sort. Know that I will do a review for this game when a year passed by. I know a lot of people might drop the game because it's not actually fully developed, but yes, understand that there is 2 versions of Honkai Impact 3 that's in English. If you do play on the Asian servers, just know that, or the Asian version of this game, know that you will have to deal with the language, and if you can understand it, that's great on you. I'm just gonna stick with English. But yeah, know that there is 2 different versions of this game. And before I actually give you guys a heads up, show you guys some of the stuff that's different from Global, I'll state this. If you are playing on Global and you kind of drop the game because of the lack of content, give it time. I know it might take a while for Global to actually play catch up and release a lot of updates, but it'll be worth it because when a certain patch kicks in, or when the game actually gets this certain feature and also another Valkyrie that you guys may fall in love with, the game will change drastically. Some of the stuff that I started off with in my playlist, I kind of got bored with and it got a bit tedious. However, when all the new stuff kicked in, the game evolved drastically and it started to highlight a lot of things that I didn't really highlight or I didn't really do until those updates. So if you are playing on Honkai Impact 3, most likely, play it at your own pace. Try to unlock everything, try to get all the crystals or gems, whatever you want to call the in-game currency, and just try to get as much Valkyries as you can, try to level up your characters, and etc, etc. Most likely I'll also do another video talking about tips and tricks for new players and how to actually do certain things, because this game can be challenging at times. I have moments in this game where I cursed the heck out of it, and it reminded me of Dark Souls and Bloodborne at sometimes. Know that when it comes to Dark Souls and Bloodborne, I'm kind of a huge fan of them, and I like some of the challenges that I kind of put myself through, or like I try to do a challenge where I don't actually die in Dark Souls, but guess what, I actually died and then I cursed my butt off because I died. But yeah, Honkai Impact 3 have those moments, so if you are hardcore and you like a challenge, then let me just say, wait for those certain things. Or like, there are some things that might be kicking in over there in Global that could be challenging, like playing on the different difficulties, especially when it comes to Supreme Mode and trying to make sure you do all the challenges. But anyways, I digress. So before I get started and actually give you guys like a snippet of what's different between this version of Honkai Impact 3 and the global version, I'll state this. If you want to know more about the story, I'll have links in the description below to the mangas, because these characters are kind of fleshed out and you can get a better understanding to what they kind of have to go through. One of them will focus specifically on the girl you see on screen right now, Bronya. And I gotta say, Bronya's excuse my language, but Bronya's a badass. She's a child soldier and she went through a lot of things. Now, obviously, the manga's not going to give you every single detail, but it will give you a heads up of what happened in Gun Girl Z and Honkai Impact 3. Now, you might be saying, wait a second, Gun Girl Z? What does Gun Girl Z have to do with this? Now, if you played the game, then you should know why I brought it up. If you haven't, then I'll clarify some stuff right now. Understand that all of the girls you see, or most of the girls you see in Honkai Impact 3, actually pop up in Gun Girl Z. And if you didn't connect the dots, then I'll kind of spoil it right now. Gun Girl Z is kind of like this prequel or the predecessor to Honkai Impact 3, because you do see Kiana over there, and you can follow her storyline and see how she met all these other girls like Mei and Bronya. And there's some other things that kicks in as well, like meeting Teresa, then also Sakura over there. But there's also another character that you don't see in Honkai Impact 3, but she's actually in Gun Girl Z. And her name is Selly. I might pronounce that wrong, I apologize if I do. But pretty much it's Bronya's best friend. And if you do read the manga of Bronya's little story, then you understand what happened to her. I'm not gonna dive too deep into the mangas and stuff, but just know that, yeah, they got a story, and if you're interested in knowing it, then you should definitely check out the manga, or you should definitely play Gun Girl Z and try to go through it. Just know that if you're new to Gun Girl Z, you're gonna have to do a lot of grinding, just like any other sort of video game. Also, I'll mention that one of the mangas that I have in the description will talk about Sakura. Now, if you don't know who Sakura is, it's this pink-haired girl over here. And I gotta say that, yeah, I'm kind of surprised at some of the stuff that they reviewed over there. And I'm not gonna spoil it that much, but if you do look at the tags for the mangas, it has Yuri in it. And if you don't know what Yuri is, it's girl on girl. Now, obviously, there are animes out there that kind of have that lesbian vibe, but I got a feeling that Honkai Impact 3 kind of does it low-key, because there are moments where, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. I might be wrong about this, it might just be like hardcore friendship stuff, but I highly doubt it, because in the manga, in Honkai Impact 3, it reveals something very important between two certain individuals, but I'm just gonna leave it there. So, if you guys are a big fan, I can't speak, if you guys are a big Yuri fan, then definitely check that out. So, now, with that out of the way, let me talk about the actual things you'll see between this version of Honkai Impact 3 compared to Global. And once again, emphasizing on this, Global will actually get this stuff, just give it a long while, because, yeah, it's gonna take a while for Global to play catch-up. If you do want to play this version, you can find it in APK Purifiers or on QApp. It's just, what is it, Honkai Impact 3, parentheses English, or EN. So the thing is, actually, I'll save that feature last. So the thing is, as you can see, if you go to attack mode, there's going to be a lot of things you can do. There's co-op mode and there's single player mode. Now, Global does have co-op, but it doesn't emphasize it that much until that certain patch I talked about. Or did I really talk about it? I can't remember if I did. But as you can see, there's a lot of things going on. There's also special time events. Just keep an eye out for these things, because you definitely want to do them so you can get a bunch of stuff. Actually, no, this is the Abyss. And if you played Gun Girl Z, some of this formatting should be very familiar, because it kind of does have that same vibe to it. Now, there is also extra story. Just know that over there in Global, it doesn't have like a ton of modes. In this version, it does have a ton of modes, and it kind of talks about certain backstories. Like, this one, for example, gives a heads up on Teresa. Teresa is one of the Valkyries you will not have over there in Global anytime soon. Right now, it's only 4 Valkyries: Mei, Bronya, Kiana, and Himiko. Now, there's only one version of Himiko, but if you continue to log in, you'll get the fragments for her. But know that they will have an event where they do release the other versions or the other types of Himikos, which you can select from or you can try to pull from. But yeah, there's a bunch of different modes here, and Global will eventually get this. Now, I would display this, but most likely I'll just refer to some of my stream footage or like refer to some of the videos that I actually did about this. But yeah, this gives you a bunch of free items so you can get fragments, so you can get free items in the shop. And talking about the shop, let me actually display that on the screen right now. Know that the shop over there in Global isn't fleshed out yet, but give it some time. You're gonna have the exchange shop, you're gonna have the memory shop. Actually, I think the memory shop is over there. But like the exchange shop is usually the abyss mode and like some of the other stuff that you get. Memory shop is pretty much you doing the extra stages and getting all these fragments so you can buy some stuff. Actually, something to no memory shop is actually a bit different, but you can use these items to actually get a bunch of stuff. The event shop is pretty much an event shop where there's a certain event going on, you get the currency for that and you can spend it in this shop to get items. The Amada terminal is pretty much your team terminal. I'll make a separate video going into that, but pretty much there is a currency for that. There's a co-op shop, and this is kind of fleshed out compared to Global, but you know, you definitely want to play co-op and stack up on the currency over here. I definitely need to get this dang crystal over here because this is used to upgrade your 5-star weapons. But yeah, and then there's some other important stuff like these materials that you need to upgrade your stigmatas. Then there's also the exchange house. This won't come anytime soon in Global, but pretty much if you have like a 5-star stigmata, you can exchange it so you can get some points, and then you can try to get something that you really need. And then the secret shop is pretty much some of the memory stuff or the extra stuff that you can do. And yeah, let me actually pull this up. This is silly, and she is a playable character over in Gun Girl Z, but she's not a playable character in Honkai Impact 3. And once again, if you read the manga for Bronya, you'll understand why. And then there's this shop, which is actually new, which I haven't actually toyed around with, but apparently you can get a bunch of free stuff over here. And then there's also a costume shop, but it's not fleshed out yet. So yeah, pretty much that's another aspect of this English version of Honkai Impact 3 compared to Global. And there's some other stuff that I haven't actually talked about too, but I'm just gonna leave it off with the Dormitory over here, and it's cute as fuck. Like, holy shoot, I can't stop staring at these characters. So pretty much this is like your own little customizable room you can do. Right now I don't have anything too grand about it. I'll make a separate video going into details of what you can do and how to do certain things. Let me actually visit someone else's room because I know they done a lot. Wait a second, what? This A-chan, she has level 99 and stuff. Wait, why am I don't want to be Kiana. Why am I Kiana? I don't want to be Kiana. Let me exit out of it. So let me go to someone else's room. This is kind of like cheating because like this person actually is an AI, and yeah, they just have a bunch of stuff. So let me go to a pal of mine who actually has one. Let's go to this one. So pretty much you can customize this room. You can put a bunch of your Valkyries in here and you can just play around with them or watch them be cute. But yeah, this mode is just like a little different thing that you can do on the sideline, but it's once again pretty damn cute. But yeah, pretty much that's it when it comes to this video. So if you are playing on Honkai Impact 3, know that I'll be doing a bunch of videos kind of really talking about the things you should do every day, talking about some tips and tricks you should do, and etc, etc. I know that the game can be challenging at times, but if you follow my pointers and stuff, hopefully you can get through most of the game. Actually, I do want to emphasize like some of the things that make it a bit challenging. And I guess I can conclude it with a bit of gameplay footage. And I can also show off Teresa a bit because she's actually my main Valkyrie. So, the game can be very challenging depending on what difficulty you play at. And this game does give me some Dark Souls vibes because, holy shoot, some of these missions are like, why am I doing this? So in the Everlasting Memory, this is pretty much Teresa's backstory, and there is a bunch of missions you can do so you can get a bunch of free stuff, which you can spend in the secret shop so you can get better items. Actually, no, excuse me. So you can get better items. More better items is actually improper and not grammatically correct. So, I'll display this one boss that I had to deal with, and I did talk about it in the stream that I did recently on Honkai Impact 3. But one of the missions is to clear 2-4 with less than 5 hits. Now, if you know about Dark Souls, you know that you can't play the game. I mean, obviously you can play the game without dying, but you have to be really, really good at it, or you just need to time it right, or, you know, something. But know that it is kind of hard to complete Dark Souls without dying. The same can be said with Bloodborne because it's kind of made by the same creator. So with that being said, the fact that you had to do some of these missions without getting hit an X amount of times is really difficult. Now, the reason why I try to get 100% is because 1, I kind of want to get 100% on Teresa's storyline, and 2, I thought I had to get 100% so I can actually get the what is the emblem here, but I didn't really need to do that. But I did it anyways because I wanted to get the 100% and also I wanted to get the free stuff along with it. So, 2-4 is actually a boss fight. And 2-4 is pretty much Chapter 2, Stage 4. So, and this is on hard. And know that when it comes to the global version, they do not have dynamic mode activated. And you might be wondering, what is dynamic mode? Now, I'll mention this again in future videos when I talk about certain things, but dynamic mode pretty much makes the enemy kind of go on par with your level. So, if you're playing on global right now, you'll notice how easy it is to actually go through normal if you have a lot of good stuff. So, if you have a lot of high leveled stigmatas on your Valk, or you have a decent 3-star or 4-star, 5-star weapon on them, they could easily one-shot these enemies. Dynamic mode will make it a bit challenging and make sure that you don't exactly one-shot them and they are kind of on par with your level. So the requirement for this to get unlocked is that your captain level has to be above 10, and you do get extra stuff here. Now, I don't know if I can actually turn this off because I did try to turn it off when I was trying to do this stage, and I tried to do that achievement where I actually have to fight against this boss without getting hit 5 times. But let me actually get right into this and show you guys why I had a hard time fighting against this boss. Well, the thing is, I was able to get around it because I actually got a friend to help me and instant-kill the thing, but I'll still display it to you guys because this is kind of challenging. And if you look up the videos on this particular boss and doing that particular mission of not getting hit less than 5 times, people kind of refer to how challenging it is. So I'm just gonna bring my level 69 friend and show you guys why it was difficult, or show you guys how difficult it is to make sure you don't get hit 5 times during this stage. And this is completely optional. You could ignore this mission and, you know, just complete the other 3 okay, I can't say that word apparently. You can complete the other missions, which is to like evade 6 times, receive no more than 800 total damage, and complete a 75 hit combo. Now, you might have an issue with the first one because this guy spams a lot, and you'll see in a few seconds to what I'm referring to, or to what I'm talking about. But yeah, this is a very fast-paced game. It does have a stamina, so do pay attention to it. You can get more if you decide to spend your crystals on it. But yeah, as you can see, this boss kind of reminds you of the first boss you bump into if you do play the storyline. or like the first, yeah, if you do play the storyline and you complete the chapter 1 section of Honkai Impact 3. But this guy is a bit challenging because he spams a ton. Like, I already got hit because of that, and I'm spamming the dodge button. I think I actually, yeah, I only got hit once, but the next issue would be his freeze, or, yeah. You know what, this did prove my point because my friend killed it immediately. Yeah, if you're able to get, like, a friend or a random stranger's Valkyrie to instant kill the boss or, like, do a ton of damage before it can actually wipe your butt or, like, kick your butt, then that's a good thing. And most likely you want to send them a friend request because they're really good. Now, you just need to make sure that you're also high up there as well. So, let me move to a different stage because, that was a bit easier. I know that I had a hard time with this boss fight, and it's pretty much the same dealio. It says don't get hit 5 times for that secret mission stuff. You can still complete these 3 objectives over here, receive no more than 800 total hits and other stuff, but you're gonna have a hard time with this one as well, especially trying to clear the first objective, and I'll show you guys why in a bit. Cause it is challenging. And I will most likely get this person. Actually, no, I want to see this one. I should have actually done the event. I miss Teresa's birthday event, where I could have, 1, pulled a bunch of Teresas, and 2, get a bunch of free stuff. So, I'm sorry if I didn't record that for you guys. It's just that I was busy in the month. Well, I was sick in March, and then my brother came over, and I wanted to spend time with him, so... yeah. But yeah, this boss fight may be easy at first, but it does get challenging. Oh god, I already got hit once. But yeah, it does get challenging once you take it to half HP, or like a third of its HP. Or a fourth of its HP. So yeah, once you destroy those things, you start hitting this prototype Randy 5. Know that it will have a shield eventually, and then you had to destroy the little drones around here. And you definitely want a psychic character because it's going to do a lot more damage, because these are mecha types. So yeah, once you destroy these little oh god. Yeah, once you destroy these little drones, you definitely want to hit that main boss. Yeah, I could activate my ultimate, but I'll save it at half HP and try to kill it off, but I highly doubt I can kill it off ASAP. And also, I don't like the camera view, but then again, it does kind of help for later. You understand why it's actually an aerial camera view compared to the usual, over-the-shoulder sort of dealio, or like third-person view. But yeah. I decked out Teresa, and she's like my strongest Valk, but I still have issue with this stage because of what I have to do. Alright, so once I get to that 1 health bar, I will spam my ultimate. We haven't gotten to the hardest... We haven't gotten to the difficult part of this boss fight yet. You'll see how difficult it is once we get it to the last health bar. Alright, come on, other Teresa, you can destroy that. Let me use my ultimate now, and then let me also put this down. Yeah, as you can see, it's almost dead, but here comes the hard part. When it's about to die, or if it's on that last stretch of life, it's gonna have these things with 2 health bars, because like you see a green color to it, and then the orange one, but it's gonna become a bullet hell. It's gonna become a fucking bullet hell. And if you're not good at this, then you're gonna get hit a lot. I already got hit more than 5 times because of that little incident there. Now, if you have the right Valkyries, you can actually time it right, and you can freeze time and do all this other sort and make sure that you don't get hit. Like, let me swap over to this snowy Valk Bronya. If I do this, for example, it will kind of freeze one of them. It didn't freeze the other one because it got a shield around it, But at the very least, you can stop one of them so you can actually focus on it. Now, if there's like the other 4 is still up and about, then you will have some issues with it because, yeah, the other 3 will still be active and they will shoot a bunch of bullets at you. And apparently my friend is dead because, she got killed by those things. Now, hopefully I can kill this before it puts a shield up again. Yeah, I decided to do that, and now I have to go through the same thing. I had to destroy all 4 of these again. They're gonna have a lot more HP. I mean, I'm already decked out, but this is still an issue. And yeah, if you're trying to do the mission where it's like, don't get hit 5 times, you will get hit because of these bullet hills if you're not too careful. You could look up videos where someone actually done it without getting hit, but if you don't have the right Valks, or if you don't have those Valks, you're gonna have to work with whatever you got. And apparently I had to go to the one down here. As you can see, I got hit again. I'm just getting hit a lot of times and I'm slowly losing HP because of it. But yeah, this is kind of the challenging aspect to Honkai Impact 3. The fact that you're trying to do some of these missions so you can get some free stuff to, help you out when it comes to upgrades. So you can be stronger and stuff. So let's just finish it off with the ultimate. It's dead. We did it. But I got hit more than 5 times. It took a while for me to actually complete this without getting hit 5 times. And I didn't record it because I was super mad at this stage. Because this was like one of the stages that prevented me from getting 100%. Along with the previous boss fight I did, but once again, if you have a good friend that can insta-kill the damn boss or do a ton of damage before certain things kick in, then you're golden. But yeah, that's this is Honkai Impact 3. I gotta say, I really like the game. It has great graphics. You can obviously change the settings so you can dumb it down and try to... So you can dumb it down and make sure your phone doesn't burn up and stuff. It's recommended to play on 3, but I decided to go for the quality instead. This does eat up a lot of memory if you decide to edit and render it and stuff, or put it on your laptop. But yeah. This game is really great. The story for it is great. I'll do a review for this game in a few more months. I'm not gonna do it right now because it's still being fleshed out. Even though this version of Honkai Impact 3 has a lot to offer, I'm still gonna wait. And most likely I'll give the Asian versions a shot off screen just to see what's going on over there. But it should kind of have the same format, except, more events, more Valkyries, more features that we'll get eventually. So if you're playing on global, have fun with it. Just do a bunch of the, just continue through the storyline, get a bunch of crystals or gems, whatever you want to call it. And continue to level up your Valkyrie because it will get challenging later on. And you definitely want to make sure you're on your A game if you are in love with this game. And if you definitely want to know more about the characters, the game does give you insight about them. It does flesh them out. And then there's also the manga that kind of does the same thing. And also Gun Girl Z, because once again, it is the kind of the predecessor or like the prequel that led up to Honkai Impact 3. But anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching this. And I'll see you guys next time around. Peace.